Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome to another awesome and fiery fun stream. I'm your host, the Infernoman here, and hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at. Okay, so we're going to be changing it up today. I usually like to do a lot of our budget decks out there, but honestly, I've also been kind of getting tired of getting spanked online. So, what exactly are we going to be playing today? Oh, Dead Splendid, of course. Following in again. Appreciate that, my fiery friend. Thanks again for joining us today. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. So, any case, you know what? We're just going to jump into it now and kind of use the next screen to explain what I'm trying to even get at today. There we go. Okay. So as you can see right now, the event is going on right now where we have modified ranked brawl. So obviously ranked brawl is coming soon to Arena. So that means things are going to start changing up hopefully soon in this format, allowing us to now have a casual format and also a serious format. But to kind of get us prepared for that, I decided today we're not going to hold back on the budget. So without further ado, join me today as we play Modified Rank Brawl, even though we only get realistically like one reward for it, but we actually can rank up with this format. So what exactly are we going to be playing today? Well, let's find out. So without further ado, join me today in a deck that is going to be all about Teferi. So we're going to be trying to play all the most disgusting, dirty, and most devious of cards that we can muster up in Azorius control for a deck that is, oh, actually, we used to call it Out of Time. You know what? We're going to change that up. It's because I realize now I didn't actually set this up right. There we go. I think that honestly was a better name for it. So there we go. We're going to be calling it Teferi Time. That's right, everyone. We're going to see how much we can oppress our opponent with some really nasty cards. And we'll definitely cover every single card, of course, for this deck in just a few moments. As a fair reminder, since this is Ranked Brawl today, we're not going to be doing a budget version for today. So I do apologize for that, everyone. If you are interested in playing budget variants of Azorius Control, we actually have done several of them over the course of time on this channel. So check out those videos if you haven't already done so over on my channel itself. But for today, since we are playing ranked, I decided, you know what? I'm getting serious today. We're going to play a serious deck to see if we actually can rank up in Brawl. Before we go over the deck itself, let's cover, of course, the stats real quick. Long-time viewers of the channel know how we do it. We do have to talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right in. So, Teferi Time here, as you can see, is going to be a Azorius deck, as I mentioned. That means it's going to be white and blue. Average mana curve is about 2.9. I'll be rocking a total of 14 creatures in the deck, 23 instants, 9 sorceries, 6 artifacts, 8 enchantments, 7 planeswalkers, and 35 lands. Okay, so as far as how this is going to work, all right, let me see if I can adjust myself there. Okay, there we go. So as far as trying to figure out which Teferi would be the best one to put in the actual commander slot here, I figured after trying to go over it, we tried playing with Teferi Hero Dominaria. Great card, by the way, but a little expensive, and also I wanted to see how much we can oppress our opponent. So I wanted to see what is the devious one for this. Dead Splendid, time to commit crimes. Oh yes, oh yes. We're gonna be doing some really nasty stuff today here on stream. Usually not my typical style, but I was like, you know what? Every so often I do kind of want to not hold back. So that's why we're going to be doing this. Unfortunately, this version of Teferi does get the stupid nerf of Alchemy, but we can still make it work regardless. So I decided we're going to stick to Teferi Time Raveler here. Probably the most hated of all the Teferis that have come out over the course of the game. And why is that? As you can see right here, even though he's Alchemy nerfed, it's still actually pretty effective. Teferi Time Raveler in this version here on Arena is a 4 mana, 5 loyalty planeswalker, and it says your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. That alone means this is a very oppressive card once it hits the field, and you should mostly allow yourself to be protected against anything your opponent tries to throw at you. Tick it up to say you can then start casting sorceries as though they have flash. That also is alone an absolutely nasty ability, so that means you can start wrathing at instant speed, which is absolutely devastating for some players out there. Or if you need to, just tick it down -3 to then bounce back an artifact, creature, or enchantment card to its owner's hand, and you get to draw a card. So even if you bounce back your opponent's stuff or your own stuff, you can keep drawing cards off of Teferi here. But you have to be careful with that because that might end up getting Teferi blown away. So be aware of how you want to adjust, but overall, still a very powerful card no matter what. Now, covering, of course, all of these, one more time, I do want to say, I tried to see how many of these oppressive cards I could fit into one deck, and I think I did a pretty good job here, but you'll see what I mean in just a moment. So let's start at the top here with the 1-drop slot. We have, of course, kicking it off, Authority of the Consuls. Every creature that our opponent plays, they enter tap. So this means that shuts off a lot of aggro decks, and we can gain life off of each one of those creatures, which can be really nasty for, again, mono red decks, or aggro green, or anything else like that. So this helps us slow down things. I mean, again, Teferi is a time mage, so what better way to, of course, represent him than a card that can slow our opponent down? We'll be utilizing a lot of really nasty spot removal, like cards like a Road here, destroying creature or planeswalker for 1 mana. Granted, they do get a basic out of it, so use this when the time is right. If you have to use it in the first couple of turns, you're probably going to ramp out your opponent, so be careful as to when you use it. As for Sentinel here, if an opponent plays non-creature spells, unless they pay the X, we start drawing cards off of this. So this card can actually get us some early games card draw if it sticks on the field. As it goes later and later, if we could pump it up, this card even gets better. We'll use, of course, here Fragmentize, sorcery speed, but we are banking on the fact that Teferi will be out on the field. So Fragmentize here becomes very effective, destroying an artifact or an enchantment with a mana value of 4 or less. Portable Hole here, and also we'll use Seam Rip as well. So again, early game spot removal, exiling non-land permanents with a mana value of 2 or less until either one of them leave the battlefield. Seam Rip is an enchantment, Portable Hole is an artifact. We also had to throw in, again, more spot removal. Swords of Plowshares here, probably our best one here. Exiles a creature. Granted, they do gain life off that, but we don't care because mostly, again, we just want things off the field. For counter spells, because we definitely have to throw in a ton into this deck, we're going to be utilizing Annul here to counter artifacts or enchantments. We have Dispel here to counter instants. Spell Snare can counter spells with a mana value of 2, which is mostly the most common of spell mana value cards in the format. 3 steps ahead here allows you to then utilize this however you need to. You can make this to make copies of another artifact or a creature you control, use it to draw cards, use it as a counter spell, whatever you need to mix and match. And of course, finally, we got to have Wash Away here in the 1-drop slot, although technically it can be more mana, but realistically, save this again to counter an opponent's commander. So again, every dirty card we could throw up here, everyone. Now, going to 2-drop slot, we have even more ways to oppress our opponent here. I really feel really dirty playing this deck, but you're going to see why once we get it going. Blind Obedience here, so 2 mana enchantment with the Extort ability. For extorting, that means that we can pay an additional cost anytime we cast a spell to make an opponent lose 1 life, and we can gain 1 life. So this is a nice little slow but incremental way to stabilize and slowly drain out your opponent. Artifacts and creatures your opponent control enter tap, so this stacks very well with Authority of the Consuls to make sure we can slow down their mana rocks. We can slow down all their creatures even more. Crystal Barricade here is a defending wall, and it has hex, and it gives us hexproof, so that means we can protect ourselves against a variety of things our opponent tries to throw at us. And of course, the reason why we wanted it is prevent all non-combat damage that will be dealt to you or other creatures you control. So this can this stops burn spells. This stops what is it? Those bite or damaging spells that green has. So mostly this is again just an anti-white and green card for us. Fateful Absence here, along with Get Lost here, are again more spot removal in the 2-drop slot. Fateful Absence leaves behind a clue for our opponent, but also we just get to destroy a creature or planeswalker at instant speed. Get Lost can destroy creatures, planeswalkers, or enchantments, and it leaves behind some map tokens for our opponent. Razorgrass Ambush here can actually be a spot removal card, but again, you can also use it as a land. Voice of Victory here, another way we can lock down our opponent from playing anything on our turn. So again, opponents can't cast spells, and it has Mobilize, so can do some decent damage once we get things going here. Brawl Chief of Compliance here makes all of our instants and sorceries 1 less to cast, and anytime we use a counter spell, we could draw a card, and if we do, we could discard a card. So again, another way to oppress our opponents. Consult the star charts here. Just helps us again just dig through our deck to make sure we can pull out our answers we need to. Cyclonic Rift, of course, can be a nice way to pseudo-wrath our opponent by bouncing away all their non-land permanents, and we can overload it if we want to, or if nothing else, just use it for one single thing. Mana Leak for, again, more counter spells, along with Negate itself. We have Wild Rose Rebellion / Counterspell proper, of course, in the deck. We'll throw in Dovin's Veto as an uncounterable non-creature counterspell. Lavinia Azorius Renegade. I haven't had a chance to play this card for a long time, but this is a legendary creature, human soldier. Each opponent can cast non-creature spells with a mana value greater than the number of lands this player controls. So in other words, say like your opponent has like two islands out, but they try to cheat something else out for a much cheaper cost, although the mana value of the spell is higher. So this means this can get rid of that and make sure they can't cast it. Anytime an opponent casts a spell, if they try to cast it for free, we can counter the spell. So this is another thing to kind of hose also all those decks that try to do a lot of cheaty stuff for free. We have also No More Lies here, another great counter spell. If this actually does resolve, then we can make sure to exile the card out of the game. Since we are going to be rocking, again, a non-budget format, rather than using Arcane Signet, why not we use actually better mana rocks that can contribute to all of our cards? Pearl Medallion and Sapphire Medallion make sure that blue spells, for the Sapphire, 1 less to cast. Pearl Medallion has all of our white spells 1 less to cast. In the 3-drop slot here, we also have another couple of cards that usually I absolutely hate to use, but in this instance, we are embracing them fully. Archon of Emeria here is an Archon flying 2/3. says each player can't cast more than one spell each turn. So again, on flavor for Teferi here to slow down the game in our favor. And of course, non-basic lands your opponent controls enter tapped. So this, with Blind Obedience and Authority of the Consuls, can literally just completely lock out your opponent for one whole turn in many ways to ensure that we can gain the edge. For more tempo plays, or we also use Elite Spellbinder here, 3 mana for a 3/1 Human Cleric with Flying. When the creature enters, look at your opponent's hand, exile a non-land card from it, and as long as that card remains exiled, although they can't play it, it does cost 2 more to cast. So this is mostly just a slowdown, again, on theme for Teferi here, to make sure we can kind of just delay certain things that we also don't want to deal with, or at least until we have an answer for it. Ghostly Prison here, another oppressive card. This enchantment makes sure that our opponent's creatures can't attack us unless their controller pays 2 for each attacking creature they have. So if they want to swing with like 3, 4 cards, that means they have to pay 6 for the 3, 8 for the 4, and so on and so on. Of course, it wouldn't be a proper Teferi deck unless we actually had Teferi's protection itself, so if everything goes horribly wrong, we have a way to give all of our stuff the ability to phase out. Although we do have to exile this instant, at the very least we can save ourselves at least a turn. And sometimes, again, one extra turn can mean the difference between victory or defeat. Thalia Heretic Cathar here, another human soldier here. First strike is legendary creature 3/2. Creatures and non-basic lands your opponent controls enter tap. So again, just helps us stack up with Archon of Emeria, Blind Obedience, and Authority of the Consuls. But again, decent little stats here on this card here, and just helps us again slow down our opponent. Skyclave Apparition, another card I absolutely loathe normally, but in our deck here, we're embracing it wholeheartedly. A core spirit that allows you to exile a non-land, non-token permanent you don't control with a mana value of 4 or less. So this actually can lock out a lot of stuff in the format. If we do end up having this card leave the battlefield, they get an illusion off of that, which is again something we don't care too much about because we have plenty of ways of dealing with that kind of stuff. Hydroelectric Specimen here can either be a land in a pinch, or ideally use this weird to flash itself in, mostly to kind of redirect an instant or sorcery back to the specimen. So this is mostly just to make sure you can protect whatever you need to from getting blown up. Rhystic Study, I know you guys are going to hate this, but again, we are an oppressive deck today, so we are embracing everything that is dirty. So of course we have to play Rhystic Study, 3 mana enchantment. Anytime an opponent casts a spell, we of course get another card, unless they want to pay the 1. So hopefully we'll get some action from this today. Solemnity Visions allows us to dig 6 cards deep. You can either use this as a tap land or use that ability to then pull out another instant or sorcery and put it into our hand. So again, more ways to help us just churn through our deck to get our answers. Stock Up here, another great option for us, looking to dig 5 cards deep, put one of those cards, or actually 2 of those cards into your hand and the rest into the bottom of your library. So this, stacked up with Teferi, is a great and very powerful card to help us dig through our deck. Of course, we got to throw in some of the free spells like Force Negation, so we're going to take advantage of this here. If you pitch away a blue card from your hand, you can cast this for free and to use this to counter a non-creature spell and then exile that card. Narset Parter Veil, so this of course goes hand in hand with Teferi itself from the exact same set, War of the Spark. Man, that was a completely busted set, by the way. But yeah, Narset here, just make sure your opponent can draw more than 1 card each turn, so completely locks them out from, of course, just redrawing other cards. You actually don't need to use its ability too much, but once you start getting stuff on the field, this can actually be a really great way to kind of hose out any opponent. Sink into Stupor can allow us to use that as a tempo play against something that can't be countered. You can use this to bounce back that spell or non-land permanent to an opponent's hand, or again, use it as a land. Archmage's Charm here for 3 blue. You can either use this as a counter spell, draw 2 cards, or gain control of a non-land permanent with a mana value of 1 or less. So you can use this to steal a mana rock if you want to in a pinch. Do we pay the 1? Well, hopefully our opponent will pay the 1 today, Densplinit. Hopefully they will. All right, so of course we definitely need to throw in even more nasty stuff. So we're going to throw in Smothering Tithe here. So anytime an opponent does draw a card, if they pay the 2, that pretty much that means that they lose 2 mana out of it. But if they don't, we start getting treasure tokens off of this. Man, this is incredibly also nasty card hand in hand with the Rhystic Study. The Wanderer here, although it may look a little strange to have like one of these cheaper planeswalkers that doesn't get used too often, again, we want to make sure we can stack up everything we can to protect ourselves and kind of make a nice little pillow fort for ourselves. So the Wanderer here, just a legendary planeswalker with 5 loyalty. Prevent all non-combat damage that will be dealt to you and other permanents you control. So in other words, this kind of helps stacks up with Crystal Barricade here to make sure that we can just prevent ourselves from getting burned out from like mono red decks. If nothing else, you can use this for bigger creatures, -2 to exile a creature with power 4 or greater. So again, those green decks out there that go really, really big, we can use this at least to get rid of a couple of key cards, at least for a turn or 2. Witch Enchanter here pulls double duty. You can use it either as a land or when it enters, destroy an artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. So just great for more spot removal. Of course, if we want to, we definitely need to have some wraths against some go wide strategies out there. So we have Day of Judgment here. We'll throw in Wrath of God, and we have Supreme Verdict. With the advantage of Supreme Verdict, that can't be countered. But ideally, with Teferi out, that won't actually be an issue because if Teferi's out, all of these, which are sorcery speed, can be cast at instant speed. So that can be an extremely great way to swing things in your favor. To make sure we can also protect ourselves against more bigger stuff out there, we have cards like the Wandering Emperor, of course, Flash Legendary Planeswalker. When she enters, you can then use her abilities at instant speed. So then use it to tick up something to give it a counter, give it first strike, tick down to give yourself a Samurai creature token, or exile a tapped creature to gain 2 life. Teferi Master of Time. So we're going to start getting into some of the other Teferis we wanted to support the deck with. So Teferi Master of Time here, another card that allows you to activate loyal abilities anytime you can cast an instant. So basically, every turn, yours and your opponent's, you can use this tick up to draw a card, discard a card, tick down to make a creature you don't control phase out, or -10 to take 2 extra turns in after this 1 turn. So that's actually a pretty nasty thing if this goes off. If this goes off and you get extra turns, that's pretty much game over for your opponent. I've never actually used that ability more than once and had someone actually just stick in for 2 extra turns. That's just absolutely silly, by the way. We'll throw in a little bit of extra support from Avatar, the Legend of Kuruk here. So a 4 mana Saga enchantment for the first 2 abilities. Scry 2 and then draw a card to help fix what you need. And then you exile this and flip it into Avatar Kuruk, a colorless 4/3 avatar. And it says whenever you cast a spell, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. And although the token can't be blocked or be blocked by non-spirit creatures, you can also use its exhaust ability if you're willing to waterbend. Oh wow, that's 20 by the way. If it's doable, that's actually hilarious. But if you can pull it off, you can take an extra turn with its ability there. So ideally, mostly you want to just use this for the card draw, of course, flip it into its avatar form to start creating a bunch of extra tokens to help you go wide to close out the game. So that's mostly one of our finishers for the deck. In the 5-drop slot, we do, of course, have another ability here, Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. So this is another way we can hose our opponent here. This means that we can utilize our permanents to then trigger additional time. However, anytime an opponent has a permanent enter, they lock out their ability to then get those triggers. So in other words, we turn off their ETBs and we can double up our ETBs. Absolutely nasty for the deck. Elspeth Conquers Death. So this is a 5 mana Saga enchantment. You exile a permanent with opponent controls with mana value of 3 or less. Then on the second part, non-creature spells your opponent controls will then be taxed by 2. And in part 3, bring back a creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on it if it's a creature or a loyalty counter in addition to its other ones. So great way to bring back, again, our extra Teferis or any other one of our big creatures, because we actually don't have that many creatures in the deck, but it's mostly used, again, just to make sure we can just keep things going. We, of course, will throw in the one and only Force of Will, so another pitch counter spell here. Pay 1 and exile a blue card to counter counter any target spell for free. So ideally, that's what you want to use it for. Teferi Temporal Pilgrim here, 5 mana Teferi for loyalty. For 0, draw a card. However, its static ability means that anytime you draw a card, you put a loyalty counter on Teferi. So this actually goes really well once you start drawing extra cards with the deck. Tick down to break yourself a spirit token that says anytime it draws a card, put a +1/+1 counter on the token. So you have a token that can actually go big pretty quick. If by some miracle you make it to -12, target opponent chooses a permanent they control and returns it to their owner's hand. Then they shuffle each non-land permanent they control into their library. So a way to just blow away everything and force them to start fresh with literally one thing on the field. We will throw in a couple of extra turn spells. We're not going to throw in all of them because we mostly just want to focus on controlling the board, but these, of course, can also be game enders for your opponent. Temporal Manipulation and Time Warp. And these are actually the cheapest extra turn spells you can get in Arena. So for 5 mana, each one of them can take 1 extra turn after this one. So that's good for us. Of course, we do have to throw in the one and only iconic Teferi Hero of Dominaria. So 5 mana, 4 loyalty planeswalker. Tick up to draw a card, then untap 2 lands, -3 to bounce back a non-land permanent and put it into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. And then, of course, the final emblem, if you can manage to go it off, anytime you draw a card, you exile a permanent and opponent controls. If you manage to get to that ultimate, same thing. It's basically game over for your opponent. Time Wipe is our most expensive of our creature wraths here. However, you can use this to bounce back a singular creature to your hand and then destroy all creatures. Once more, if you can manage to pull this off with the Teferi at instant speed, that's also a very devastating way to bounce back something you want to keep while blowing away everything they have. Finally, in the 6-drop slot, our most powerful and most expensive of all of our wraths here that does everything, of course, the one and only Farewell. Imagine trying to pull off this on at instant speed. That also would be absolutely nasty, and most likely your opponent's probably going to concede on the spot if they see that. We'll throw in Torrential Gearhulk, one of our few really big creatures in the deck here. When it enters, you can use an instant or sorcery card that's in your graveyard and cast it for free. So use this, of course, and then get something back you need to use immediately. And then finally, one of our other top-of-the-curve finishers, which may look a little strange, but hear me out. Dream Trawler here. Actually a pretty good card. A singular attacking creature that can get bigger and bigger every time you start drawing cards. It gets an extra +1/+0 pump. However, if your opponent tries to get rid of it, you can discard a card, give it hexproof, and then tap it down. So again, another way that kind of helps us get more life gain, more card draw, and all the other stuff we want for the deck. Now, finally, going over the rest of the land base, again, it is super duper expensive, so fair warning on that. But I will show you, of course, the list at the end of the stream. We have Castle Ardenvale, a Ganjo Seat of the Empire, 6 plains and 6 islands, Agna Quella, aka the North Pole. We have Hall of the Storm Giants, Otawara Soaring City, and all of the rare and mythic dual lands we can muster up. So we'll throw in Akadar Waste, Deserted Beach, Flood Farm Verge, Glacial Fortress, Hallowed Fountain, the Pathway Land, Meticulous Archive, Restless Anchorage, Seachrome Coast, Command Tower is a staple no matter what kind of budget you run, Demolition Field for non-basic land hate, along with Volatile Vault as always. We'll throw in the True Fetch itself, Flooded Strand here, Fountain Port again to take advantage of some of the tokens we do create in the deck, Mana Confluence for perfect fixing, Prismatic Vista is another one of our fetch lands, Scavenger Grounds for graveyard hate, and Starting Town again for perfect mana fixing. And that is our version of Teferi Time. Can this really expensive pile here pull off some really nasty wins in the Brawl formats? Well, there's only one way to find out. So let's go ahead, let's take this now into, wait, why did I just do that? Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead, let's take this into the ranked Brawl. Hold on, wait, where's it at? Okay, I cannot find it right now. Okay, there it is, there. So let's choose our deck now. It's time for Teferi to stop our opponents. So let's see, everyone. Can this work? All right, let's get this going. Oh, opponent's playing Crucius. It's going to be Rakdos versus Azorius. Okay, so let's see. What do we got here? Got the Pro Medallion, which is great for us in the early game. It won't cheapen our blue cards, but it does affect Teferi, so we actually do want that still. Let's see here. We'll play the Meticulous Archive. Ooh, Deserted Beach. We'll keep that on top. So this should work for us in theory. Let's see. Flooded Strand. And let's see. I guess we'll have to do this now. Not ideal, but we want to make sure we can fix everything. I want that Pearl Medallion out ASAP. So let's get out our Hallowed Fountain. Yes, we shock ourselves, but that's okay. Cool. Okay, opponents. Bring it on. Okay, we got Dreadhorde Butcher. Okay. Small but nasty spell, but that's okay. We do have ways of getting rid of that, so it's not a huge deal for us. I'll play Desert Beach. We could play Teferi now if we wanted to, but at the same time, with this out, we gotta deal with this ASAP. So here's how we do it. We're gonna save this for a second here, and we'll see what our opponent does. Okay, hoping we can rank up today in Brawl. But while we're doing that, how's your week been so far, everyone? Hopefully y'all been having fun. Let's see, opponents. Looking at our Pro Medallion. Don't blow it up, opponents. Don't blow it up. Bring in Crucius. Bring it in. I dare you. Come on. Rakdos. Ooh, okay. Do we let that go then? All right. I guess we'll let it go. Aw. Say blow away our charm. So for that, Fateful Absence now, before this gets too strong. Yes, we'll take a hit of 2, but that's a small price to pay to get rid of it now. Down to 19. Okay. So with that... Okay, we have a road. That's not too bad. We'll play this tap for now. Keep in mind with a road, you actually can use this on your own stuff if you need to in a pinch. That actually can help you with some pseudo-ramping. Crucius, alright. We will wash that away. 2 bad opponents. Send that back. Okay, so as we're playing this event, everyone, has anybody else been playing Ranked Brawl, even though this is only just a 1-win reward for now? And if you have been playing Ranked Brawl, what have you been building with it? Okay. Okay, Crucius cannot stay on the field, so I'm going to have to blow it away that way. Not ideal, but we have to do it. We got to keep it away as much as possible, because I honestly don't want that card to go off. Okay, Crucius goes back. Complete Spellbinder. Alright, so how do we want to do this here? I guess we'll play Teferi now. We will tick him up. We have a Temporal Manipulation ready to go. And we have a Torrential Gear Hulk as well. We just need some more lands and we should be solid. Hopefully our opponent does not have any instant removal for planeswalkers, but we will see. We're just coming back. Thankfully, he does not have haste, which is... Oh, that's good. But he will start making stuff stupidly good. Oh, okay, okay. We got the Wandering Emperor. Okay, so with that, we'll just keep taking up for now.
This might be a bad idea.
Oh, Teferi, you and your hilarious quips. Isaiah, hello, my fire friend. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at, and thanks again for joining us. Yes, yes. So happy to see Ranked Brawl. Well, that's good to hear. Glad you're a fan. Okay, come on, opponents. Do it. There it is. Okay, so, I'm sorry, opponents. The Wandering Emperor coming in. Opponent. There we go. Okay, we tick down. Crucius goes bye-bye. Too bad. Exile him. We gain some life back, so that's good.
You are not much of a
Okay, cool. We do need more lands, though. Hopefully we can get some more. You're on the Golos train, you say. Okay. Well, Golos is another one of those absolutely nasty cards to face off against in Ranked. But it's not going to be surprising to see him at some point today, so we'll see. We shall see. Alright, so here's how we do this. We will play this tapped. Spellbinder. Hellmongrel. Discard a card. This card gets pump until end of turn. Okay. Okay, that's a cute little mongrel, if you will. Okay, let's take a peek at what our opponent's got. Okay, so what do we want to make sure they get locked out of? Okay. Okay. We can deal with the creatures, so I'll put that away for now. Take up the Spellbinder. So you don't mind asking, Isaiah, what version of Golos are you playing with? Are you playing with the lands version? Are you trying to cheat out a bunch of spells for free? Which one are you doing? If you don't mind me asking. Let's tick down for now. Bounce back the Hellmongrel. I want to draw some more cards. Does our opponent start throwing stuff away? They do. Okay, so Blazing Root Walla. Madness is out for free. Oh, did they not want to do it? Opponents? Thought you wanted to play that. Okay. Oh, okay. I guess they kind of messed that up, but okay. I'll take it. Ooh, okay. Teferi's Protection. That's good. So in case if everything goes horribly wrong, we do at least have one way to save our bacon for a bit. Okay. Opponents? What you got? Phyrexian. Oh, wow. They did play full price for it. Amazing. Okay. Well, that's actually good for us because we got Narset here. There we go. This is so dirty right now. So this basically means that they will start losing life from Phyrexian Arena and not get any benefits from it. So that is hilarious, by the way. Okay, so, you know what? Let's start taking up the Spellbinder. We will...
I've got new moves to teach you.
We'll bounce away a treasure. Okay, so we get a card off of that. That's good. Glacial Fortress. So we have enough now for here. We'll tick down with Narset. She still can do her thing. Okay, ooh, Wrath of God. Oh, that's so good. Ooh. Or maybe we want the Farewell. An instant speed Farewell sounds so devastating. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to get the Farewell. We're going big today. Why not? Okay, our opponent down to 17. For me, it was Y'shtola. Oh, we actually have never played a Y'shtola deck yet, now that I think about it, Dense Planet. So, something to consider. Something to consider for a future deck, because I do want to start building towards some of the other stuff we have not actually got around to playing with. Okay, so at least with this out, yes, they get to do their one card a turn, but they will start getting themselves pinged, so this should be fine. Okay, got another Plains, that's good. So, Teferi here gives us the ability to now play stuff at instant speed there. We will start picking up the Elite Spellbinder, start doing some major damage with him. We'll tick down Narset. We've got the counterspell, that's good. That'll help us out a ton. Okay, so we're gonna actually close this out here now. This should now be game for us, and you'll see why in just a second. I got a really nice plan here. Down to 10. Temporal manipulation. Get that extra turn in. Yes. Okay, and with that, torrential Gear Hulk. Oh, opponent, I wanted to copy my freaked extra turn spell. Oh, opponent, they didn't let us have it. There you go, everyone. That is it. We got our win for the event itself. Oh man, this deck is so dirty. You love it. Let's be real. Y'all love it. Okay, so technically we did get at least our essential 1000 XP from the event. But again, the whole point of today is we want to play this in ranked, since ranked is valid now for the time being. So let's claim our, and just keep playing in the format. Let's see how many more wins we can get with this deck today. But there you go. That was a pretty good one. With a Torrential Gear Hulk out and an extra turn spell, you can pretty much just get those looping to get extra stuff out. So that's actually pretty nice for us. Let's see, our opponent is... Oh, they're playing Lavinia. So I did forget to mention one thing. Say, like, if you are a person that's absolutely bonkers like I am sometimes, if you actually do like the deck and maybe you do want to put this together in paper, to actually bypass not allowing... I don't know why Planeswalkers can't be played as commanders in the format, but if you like what this deck does, and say you do want to actually keep the deck as is, swap out Teferi and put him into the 99, and then have Lavinia be the leader of the deck. This way now it is going to be legal in Commander. Just FYI, in case you all want to be curious. For now, though, we need to keep this hand, even though we can't play too many things, because we have a turn 1 Authority of the Consuls and a turn 2 Blind Obedience. This should lock down and slow down our opponent a ton, buying us the time we need. So let's see. Opponents. They did some mulliganing. If we need to in a pinch, we also have a Force of Will we can cast for free. Then again, Lavinia, once it hits the field, will also be kind of tough to fight. Okay, Island. Okay. Ooh, Glacial Fortress. That's good, too. 30 of the Consuls. Turn 1. Slow them down. That's what Teferi does best. Got Plains. All right. Do they bring in Lavinia now? Not yet. Oh, Thalia. Okay, so Thalia... That can't stick, so we'll just Force a Will now. Alright. Keep that off the field. Okay, that's good. Glacial Fortress. Blind Obedience. We're stacking them up. Slow them down. Okay. Opponents. Boromir. Okay. Okay, so who can counter us with this? This is one of those cards I kept debating, like, do I want to keep this? This would be better in, say, our deck if our deck was focused more on creatures for the package. But we actually are not focused too much on creatures, which is why I chose not to put Boromir in. That's not to say you can't use him. He's good, but he gets more value if you're willing to actually play, again, a more creature-focused Azorius deck. Good card, though. Okay. So, as of today now, the entire Marvel set is now fully been revealed to everybody. Both the Commander decks, the whole set proper. Let me know, everyone. Is there anything you want to see us start building for when Marvel comes out? Trust me, again, not a fan of the Marvel set coming to Arena and whatnot, but hey, we're going to try to make the best of the situation. So, for that, let's see. Do they sacrifice Boromir now? Alright, how do we do this? Do we force our opponent to lose their Boromir now? We'll probably have to. Not ideal. So we can't extort, but that's okay. Boromir does get sacrificed now. Lavinia survives. Okay, that's fine. We just want to make sure we can get rid of their stupid protection stuff for the time being. Hilda, Crown of Winter. Okay. Opponent swings. We're at 24. Okay, we got big Teferi there, but we still got to wait it out just a smidge. We'll tick up.
I've got it.
At least keep Teferi on the field now so we can slow down our opponent. So I'm hoping we can get some more lands now. Hopefully. Let's see. Hilda's Crown of Winter. That actually does get blown up by the Fragmentize, so that should be good. Okay, opponent goes after Teferi. That does buy us time, at least. Definitely one of the biggest advantages of our deck like this is if we have cards like Teferi out, your opponent has no choice but to keep attacking them. So that also slows down your opponent's aggro game plan, if you will. Okay. Let's see.
I have a plan.
Okay, we will... Well, you know what? We'll extort this time. And then... Okay, that's gone too. Slowing down our opponent as much as possible. As much as we can. Because also we still need at least one more land for Teferi Hero of Dominaria. Once we can get this out, we should be good to go to really kind of hose our opponents. Come on, deck. Give me at least one more land. One more land is all I need. Opponent focusing on Teferi still? Okay, that's okay with me. That gives us time. We definitely need the time to slow down our opponent. Okay. Opponent. Okay. Dove in. Kaladesh dove in. They took down a gain life, draw a card. Okay. Elspeth conquers this. Not quite what we need just yet. Alright. I guess we don't have a choice here. Come on, deck. Where is my land? I need, like, the magical 5th land in order for us to actually start really running away with this game. Whew, okay. Opponent swinging still. I mean, Teferi is hanging in there. You have to at least give it that. Your opponent, at this point, has no choice but to keep dealing with Teferi. But definitely, this is going to be a bit of a slow one, if you will, everyone. But that is kind of what you get with Teferi.
My odds are ever improving.
Okay. Opponent. They have more cards than us right now, which is going to be kind of tough to get through. Okay. Anything else, opponents? Washbringer. All right. That doesn't really hurt us that much, so we don't care usually about this. All we just want to do is actually just get one more land. We can start getting rid of stuff. Or at least start forcing our opponent to focus on things. Okay, draw another card. Okay. Another land. Ugh, okay. Ghostly Prison. Well, that's not horrible, but I'd really, really would like a land right now.
Don't worry. I got it.
Okay, Ghostly Prison. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just extort for now. 27 apiece. So if our opponent wants to start swinging at us, they have to now start paying extra mana. They cycle. Okay. I know we put enough lands in this deck. Okay, they take up. Another land. Come on, deck. Opponent swings, so they have to pay now 4. We will lose to Teferi here, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, your opponent, you still have to pay 4 no matter what. Okay. So Teferi somehow does survive just a little bit, but they have to now start getting taxed. Monologue tax. Oh, I forgot this was in the Arena. Legend of Kuruk. Okay. Okay, our deck really now is punishing us. Maybe we should have been more of the dual lands. I don't know. Right now, we're kind of spinning our wheels. Okay. Opponents. They're still willing to pay. I'm surprised they don't want to get rid of Teferi. Okay. What's your angle here, opponents? Okay. After so many turns, finally. Alright, let's take this up just to make sure we can be safe. And then, what do we want here? Do we want actual Teferi now? Or should we just go with... You know what? Let's do the Elspeth's Conqueror's Death. Okay, for this... Dovin goes bye-bye. No more taking up shenanigans for you. Okay. Monologue tax won't be too bad if we stick to 1 card a turn. So with this out, this means that if our opponent does bother to actually get rid of Teferi, we can bring back stuff. So this does mean we were protected a little bit. Just a little bit. Sapphire Medallion, okay. Take up Teferi.
I've got time.
Teferi Hero Dominaria. There we go. Okay, so with that,
I know what must be done.
let's bounce back. We want to bounce back. Bounce back Lavinia.
You need to take a time.
Okay, so that now goes into the library. Or back to their hand. Okay. So if either one of our Teferis ends up getting blown up here, so be it. Okay, Lavinia coming back. Strict Proctor. Okay, so they have that already. But we don't really care about that. Opponent. Okay, they do take out Teferi. That's fine with me. I don't care because Elspeth Conqueror's Death brings it back anyway for free.
Let me know if you're up for round 2.
Okay. Get our loyalty there. Nice.
You show remorse,
Okay, so that worked out.
I'll show strength.
We will tick up one more time.
This might be a bad idea.
Draw with other
Let's get to
Teferi.
the good part.
Nice. Let's see. Play Sapphire Medallion. Decline that. Legend of Kuruk. Okay, opponent does get some stuff out of that, but that's not a big deal for us. Okay, ooh, Crystal Barricade. Do we want Crystal Barricade? Oh, I guess that helps us block for a little bit. So at that point, draw another card. Okay, and then we will untap 2 lands here. So if they have any instant spells, we can at least counter that. Opponents. Dealing with now bigger Teferi here is also going to be something our opponent has to be aware of. Okay, so 2 Teferis on the field, Legend of Kuruk, and we actually have quite a decent stack of stuff. Opponent's going all in on trying to stop Teferi here. That's fine with me. That at least buys us, again, time. Okay, scry 2 more. Oh, there we go. Okay. We got our own Lavinia and a Ristic Study. I'm okay with that. We'll draw another card with other Teferi, so thank you. I'll take that other Lavinia. Thank you, opponent. We will tick up here.
I'll protect you.
Ristic Study here. We'll decline for now. It's fine. And then we'll play Dream Trawler. Alright, that's good. Now we actually have our own decent threat to hold on to. Okay. Looking pretty good. We're stacking them up. Okay, so if our opponent tries to start swinging, at least Dream Trawler can help us out for now. Okay, Kuruk will flip soon. Can't really do the extra turn shenanigans with him, but that's okay. We just want him to start making spirits that can help us go wide. It all depends on what our opponent does here. Okay, so while we're waiting for our opponent to figure out life here. Oh, have to exile. Oh, okay. Okay, opponents. We will counter that with Dispel. Okay, opponents. Anything else? Wow, they have a counterspell on top of that. Okay. We'll still, of course, draw those cards. That's okay. So this is actually a really good combo for us because Ristic Study, along with Dream Trawler here, we can pitch away Lavinia. Opponents, do you have anything else? Wow. All right. This is risky. Is this going to work? Okay. We actually got it to do stuff here. Okay, they do pay the 1. Okay. We'll do some life gain and drain. Might as well get some value back. So we're now wide open. Teferi, either one of them could die, but that's okay. Once we start drawing stuff, we should be good to go. Okay, opponents. Okay, they swing at Big Teferi. And Big Teferi. And Small Teferi. So Big Teferi finally goes bye-bye. But we got a lot of good value off of him, so I will take it. I'm still surprised they don't want to get rid of our big one here. Okay, they got Narset too. Okay. Opponents. Wow, okay, they did pay for it. Okay. They tick down.
Meditate and prepare.
So, we gotta find a way to deal with that Narset. The good news is we do have our own creature, so that's not a problem for us. We just won't get any value off of Dream Trawler, at least for now. But that's okay. Okay, so what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, that's right. So, real quick, everyone. So, this was actually a question that popped up on the X earlier today. What do you think right now is the best color in the game? Like, in all seriousness, what is What do you think is the best color? Hold on. This Narset goes bye-bye. Okay, that. Yes, they'll get another land off of that, but that's not a big deal at this point. We're so deep into the game now, we might as well just give them a free land. It enters tapped at least, so that's okay. But yeah, so what do you think is the best color, just singular color in Magic the Gathering right now? Is it black, green, white, blue, red? Let me know in the comments below, everyone. I would love to hear from you.
Trust me, I have a plan.
For now, start swinging. Draw another card. Okay, we'll take that. Okay, go down to 26. We'll go up to 28. Okay, not too shabby for now. So little by little, now we can start slowly going wide. Okay. Opponents. What you got? Opponents thinking. Okay. Opponents. Nothing. Okay. That's cool. Isaiah, it's not even close. Blue. Really? Okay. What makes you believe blue is the best color right now in Magic the Gathering, Isaiah? Out of curiosity. Not saying you're wrong on anything. I do like to hear everyone's perspective on things. Okay, so swing and swing. So thankfully, Teferi here will survive the hit. Dense Blended, is it? Okay, well, I mean, that's true as a dual color combination, Dense Blended, but I mean, like, just singular color. Do you think it's just, like, out of the 5 basic colors, we won't obviously include colorless, but again, red, white, blue, black, or green. Singular colors, what do you think is the best right now? You know what? We'll make a token while we're doing our thing here.
Want me to phase you out of
But
time?
yes, okay. I actually think black is right now, overall in all of Magic, the best color. For a variety of reasons, but I'll explain why in just a bit. Let's see what our opponent does here. This is definitely a long game. Definitely going to be a long one here. But as you can see, I mean, hey, we're playing ranked Brawl. Of course, we're going to be having a grind fest here. Ooh, farewell. Wow. Opponent wants to hard reset the board, huh? Okay. That's going to be tough because that means now the whole game gets started over again. Wow. Okay. This is also one of the small advantages our deck has. Being that we have a Planeswalker as our commander, at the very least, this means that we can just keep Teferi on the field. So even through a farewell, we survive. Just barely, though. Dense Blended. Okay, individual green. Okay. We have some interesting calls here. That's cool. Got an island. Okay. Can't get a chance to do much, but we'll just hold off. So our opponent, at this point, has a small edge, but not a huge one. They were willing to use their farewell to clean the whole board. Oh, this means it feels like this whole match is going to be the whole stream. Okay, Lavinia coming down again. Isaiah saying blue. Consistency blue. Any color controlling the meta for most formats is ridiculous. Yeah, blue. Ugh. Blue has definitely gotten a lot of support and love. And anytime they support another color, it's been a problem. Blue on its own also, and for example, Brawl is next to impossible for a ton of decks to beat. I will agree with that, especially because now that blue has access to like cards like Force of Will now and Force of Negation, that makes it a little unfair, especially because the other colors don't get really busted free spells. Okay, for now, let's start making some humans. We need to find a way to stop our opponent here. Okay, Pearl Medallion. Not quite what I want, but I guess we'll take it. We'll sacrifice our actual Teferi, put him back into the command zone. Get rid of that. Okay, we got Sink into Stupor. Okay. So for that, bring back Teferi again. Reset him.
Excellent timing.
We'll tick down again. Bounce back Lavinia.
I got this.
We're just doing this right now for the card draw. Okay, so... Oh boy. This... Oh, jeez. Ever since that farewell hit us, I feel like now we're really going to be in it for the long haul. For this whole game. Neither one of us... What was 71 cards? I'm at 69. Okay. I'm going to stick it down also to start drawing some stuff. Okay, so yeah. Hunger down, everyone. This is going to be a slog now. Opponent also does not want to give up. Let's see. Isaiah also stating that it also can consistently provide answers to shut off so many that's their answer. Okay, so opponent does have an answer to their deck now. And I realize now we actually probably maybe should have put in that as our actual finisher. Maybe I'll tweak the deck just a smidge if we can get through this. If by some miracle we could stop that card from going off. Okay, Voice of Victory. And play the island. Pass. Okay. It can also consistently provide answers to shut off many decks over and over again. I'm a big green believer myself, but it's hard to not acknowledge the blue shifting the format entirely. Yeah.
No,
Especially for a lot of players out there that know the older formats of Magic the Gathering, such as Legacy or Vintage. Many of those formats, a lot of those decks have to incorporate blue into their strategies, whether they play with it or against it, in order to be mindful of the free spells the format has. So that's kind of nasty. God Pharaoh statue, okay. So our opponent here actually built some other ways of taxing us, which actually, now that I think about it, maybe we might want to incorporate into our deck. But for now, though, we're going to see if we can try to fight the good fight. But it looks like the end might be coming soon, everybody. Unless if we could find a way...
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Unless we could find a way around that approach the second sun. Let's see. Consult the star charts. Expensive, but okay. Let's see. Okay. What can we do to stop our opponents? Because I think at this point now we might actually be near the end. I want the Witch Chanter. But at the moment they cast that Approach the Second Sun, we're pretty much done. Unless we can make him mill it, but there's not really anything in our deck that mills. So, okay. I guess the Force Negation. Okay, we mobilize. Okay, opponent, do you block? They block one creature. Okay. Anything else, opponents? Okay, so their Teferi goes to 1. They draw a card. Okay, so it looks like our opponent will be locking us out here in just a few moments because they have now Approach the Second Sun coming up, and we don't have a way of milling it or anything else.
Let's try this.
Okay, Mirel, Shield of Argiv. Okay, opponent's still trying to keep us locked out. That's fine. They can hit Teferi, but Teferi will not die, so that does give us a little bit of time. Just a little bit. Okay. Opponent swinging and swinging. So yeah, don't get me started on Legacy Affinity. You could throw in Narset Reversal and Approach the Second Sun. Ooh. That is true, too. So we might do a couple of tweaks here once we get through this game here, because I realize we missed out on a couple of key cards that might actually be better for the deck. But let's see. So nothing else, I will at least accept and appreciate that our opponent gave us some ideas of what we might have been missing.
Oh, I've
So,
done the hero thing.
Witch Enchanter, first off. God Pharaoh's statue's gone. Okay, so at least now that makes everything cheaper for now. Okay. Sink into Stupor. Mirel bounces away. We swing here. Okay, Teferi goes bye-bye.
Suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
We can sacrifice one of these tokens and draw another card. Not that it's going to do much now, because we're pretty much going to be done here. Okay, opponents. Their Approach the Second Sun is a couple turns away. Aw. I was hoping we would close this out in time, but that's not going to happen. It's okay, though. If they swing with Lavinia... Oh, they got Ghostly Prison. Okay. Well, looks like our opponent pretty much kind of thought of the same dirty things as us. So, I mean, hey, I don't blame them. This is ranked, so we're expecting all the most broken things to pop up. All right, here? I thought we already put together a pretty broken deck.
Time for plan B.
Teferi. Nothing yet. Okay. Razor Grass Ambush. That's cute, by the way. All the Storm Giants. Yeah, okay. Not much else you can really do now, so... Okay, opponents. They draw a card. And there we go. Approach the second sun. Alright, opponent, you win. Well, I mean, we put up a pretty good fight for this one. So our version of the deck maybe might want a couple of tweaks here and there. But so far, it does pretty good on its own. So approach the second sun. Cheap way to win, but it does work. So hey, I'll give it to our opponents. They knocked us down a peg, but that's okay. No big deal. Whew, man, how long did that game take? Was that like a 20-minute game? Jeez. Okay. All right, we got some gems. I mean, I'll take that at least. So let's do a quick little tweak as we get to the halfway point of the stream, everyone. Maybe we might want to do as mentioned right now, Isaiah, so Narset's Reversal could help us out here and approach the second sun. So let's see. I'm willing to, of course, tweak the deck here and there. Okay, so Narset's Reversal there. Affinity for Anime. Hello, Infernoman. How's it going? Hello, my fire friend. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever at. Thanks again for joining us. Appreciate you being here, by the way. It's going well. We got one nice win, but we also went through a slog of a game and ended up losing still. So a little bit sad there, but that's okay. It gave me some ideas of how we want to adjust our deck. Let's see. Approach. I don't know how to spell, by the way. Let's see. Okay, I don't know how to spell, so I'm just going to do it this way, so don't hate on me. Okay, there it is. Okay, approach the second sun. Okay. So from there, that means we have to tweak a couple things here. So we're going to have to remove a couple things maybe we don't want to need. So I guess that means we can afford to get rid of, say, the Wanderer here. So again, maybe it's a pet card of mine, but we're going to have to say bye-bye to the Wanderer here. Sorry. And then we can tweak by adding in one... Or let's say removing one more card. What other one card we probably don't need? One other... Do we get rid of like something like a Spell Snare? That is a little narrow. Or maybe we just get rid of the portable holes? I'm trying to figure out like what would be the better option here. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to try to go through this real briefly. And just trying to figure out what would be our best option here. Most likely, it probably would be that Spell Snare. Also because it's pretty narrow with what it does. It has to be a spell of mana value too. No higher, no less. All right, that'll go. All right, so this case now, we actually now have a much more nastier combination here of Narset's Reversal into Approach the Second Sun. So this actually can also give us another easy win con for the deck. So I'll do it that way. And let's go ahead, let's continue on with Rank Brawl here. Let's see. Can we get some more nasty wins? But I guess it depends on what arena throws at us. So while we're waiting for our next game here, everyone, if you are enjoying the content, even though we're not playing a budget deck today, do not worry. We will have plenty of budget decks once we get to Marvel. But again, out of obligation, and also because I still don't want to, just throw away a whole set, we will still, of course, do decks that are focused on the Marvel cards. There's going to be so many legendaries for the set. Oh, I'm going to be so exhausted trying to build everything there. But we'll make it work, everyone. So I'll put out a poll soon to ask you guys what you all want to see. There is, however, one exception. We're going to hold off on Captain America only for 4th of July. So we got to do a 4th of July Captain America deck. Because every year, if you haven't seen my channel too often, I like to always do holiday-themed decks when I can. And every year, we always do a 4th of July Independence Day-themed deck. Always some kind of Jeskai, red, white, and blue shenanigans. So this year, I guess you could say the game made it easy for me and just said, hey, you know what? Here's Captain America. So I was like, you know what? Sure. I'll bite. Miss Cloak Herald. Okay, so our opponent's going to try to steal stuff with Gonti here. That's cute, by the way. Let's see. Authority of the Consuls. Alright, so that'll slow down our opponent quite a bit. Once we start getting creatures out. Talisman of Dominance. Okay. Opponent. Ooh, Inquisition. Joy. Okay. So what do we lose? Okay, we lose Teferi's Protection. Not a huge deal. We don't need that to win. Ooh, Smothering Tithe. That's good. So let's slow down our opponent as much as we can. Talisman goes bye-bye. Too bad, opponents. You're going to have to actually work for your mana. Okay, swing. We're up to 23. Okay, we got our island. That's great. So with that, opponent, what else you got? Tap land. They swing in. I want to use the Razor Grass Ambush, but at the same time, if we don't hit our land drops, we also could screw ourselves. So I'm going to have to just let that go. Got 3. Okay, got the Castle Ardvale. Well, now I feel dumb. Okay, any case, Smothering Tithe. This can now start really taxing our opponents. Do you pay the 2 opponents? Huh? Huh? Come on, free treasure. Thank you. Appreciate you the free tax money. Gonti coming in, but he is tapped, so that's good. So, how do we just... Okay. Start stealing stuff. Supreme Verdict now. Blow away the board. Okay. So if nothing else, that helps us out a smidge here. We will have that enter tapped. So Gonti now is going to be charged a lot more to use. Yes, our opponent got a free spell off of us. Okay, yay. Take the treasures. Okay. Oh, okay, they got our anchorage. I guess that's not horrible. Tally toss. Anything else, opponent? Okay. Ooh, Teferi. Master of Time here. But first, let's actually get down our actual big Teferi here. So with this, since they're not playing that many creatures, we can actually bounce it now and get a free card draw for that. Thank you, opponents. And let's see. I guess we'll play down Lavinia now. Might as well. Okay, so no free stuff for you, opponents. We'll take that free tax money from you. Do you pay the 2? Here we go. We're starting to snowball now. Oh, they got Hostage Taker. Fine, opponents. We still get life off of that, but Lavinia goes bye-bye. Oh, opponent, how dare you steal my stuff? Lavinia now being played against us. Oh, alright. It is what it is. Okay, so for this, we'll wait it out a turn. Okay. Do you pay the 2 again, opponents? If they play another creature, that actually works in our favor. Because we got 5 mana up. We have a time wipe. And our opponent obviously knows this. Well, they played the Kalitas right into it, huh? Okay. That's fine with me. Opponent, anything else? Swinging? Or do they go to face? Okay. Alright, well, I'm sorry, opponents. Blowing away the whole board. Instant speed wrathing never felt so good. Woo! Okay, cool. Let's keep this good time rolling, everybody. Take up again.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Get another Teferi out. So mono blue Teferi. Giving us some good stuff here. Draw another card. Thank you. We don't need the Hydro Specimen for now, but we will play Time Warp. Extra turn for us. I'll take that. Thank you. All right. Nice. So with that, take up again.
Here we go.
We'll draw another card. Ooh, Cyclonic Rift. Ugh. Okay, Cyclonic Rift is nice, but it doesn't help us out right now, so we'll just toss that. A little awkward, but okay. It's fine. Not much value off of that extra spell, but it's okay. The whole point was just to at least get ahead of our opponent here. Mind's Annihilation. Whenever you cast, or an opponent casts their first spell each turn. Okay, for free. Okay. We can still get around that. Even that could be something we can get around. Isaiah, Wandering Archaic could be helpful in control matchups, or maybe slow. That is true, but we have to look into that. That's one of those cards I have to think about and go, is that actually going to help us? Hold on. Might as well just take up Teferi here. Okay, Thalia. I don't think we'll need Thalia now. We have ways of bringing it back anyways, so let's make our first token of many. Okay, we'll get a blue source now. We'll play Elspeth Conquers Death. I don't like this Mind's Dilation, so we might as well get rid of it now. What'd they steal from us? Oh, they got a charm. Wow. They actually got the one spell that actually... Okay. Annoying, but at least that's off the field. So I will take that. And also, I have a devious thing you can do here. So with Teferi here, you actually can bounce back the Elspeth Conquers Death. So first, however, we'll just do it that way.
Don't worry, I got this.
We will keep drawing cards with Teferi here. Might as well.
Fast.
Keep the good times rolling. Okay. Do you pay again the 2 opponents? Or do we get a free treasure again? Opponent definitely does not want us to get treasures, but they cannot afford to then not pay. Nighthawk Scavenger, okay. That's cute, by the way. Affinity for Anime. I'll be taking the next Marvel set in Arena as an off-season before the Hobbit and Reality Fracture sets I care about. Okay. I mean, you do what you gotta do, Affinity for Anime. I don't blame you for wanting to pass it. At least you have that luxury. I feel like I cannot afford to not do that because of the nature of my channel. Oh, farewell. Oh, I want to keep this, but I feel like the better option is to keep the Dream Trawler. Actually, no, Dream Trawler can go bye-bye. This is now in case if things go horribly wrong for us. So I guess might as well just keep that. Okay, so for that, let's see how we do this. Okay, I have an idea. Let's bounce back. Let's use Time Raveler to bounce back Elspeth's Conqueror's Death, get another card. We will replay Elspeth's Conqueror's Death. That's gone. Scavenger's out. And let's see, we can draw another card. Okay.
Think fast.
Okay, throw away the island. Okay. Might as well swing. I mean, that's all we can do. Down to 22 opponents. He's almost at 10, so that means that if this goes off, we actually get 2 extra turns with him, if we can. Okay. And we do have ways of protecting ourselves in case if everything goes horribly wrong. Okay. Opponent, you think you have the edge versus us. We will phase out that land. Yes, we'd go down 3, but that's okay. That's pretty much land that they paid for, they get nothing out of. So I'll take it. Okay, so Ghostly Prison, that's good. Okay, non-creature spells.
Here goes nothing.
Draw another card. Lindy Visions. We don't need that anymore, so we'll toss that. And then let's see. Ghostly Prison. There we go. So now we're protected. We'll just hold off for now. Okay. Oh, this is going to feel horrible for our opponent here, but we will do it. Okay. Do you pay the 2 opponents? But here, let's see. Okay. Opponents. What you doing here? Okay, they swing in here. And they're swinging there. Target player mills forward. Okay, that's okay. Okay. So for that, we'll just do it here now. Exile all creatures. Just the creatures, because we do need to keep all of our other stuff. Okay, opponent. Do you have an answer? No, they do not. Okay, so land is gone, and also their stuff is there. So draw another card. Okay, Source of Plowshare. We'll throw away the Annul. The Plowshare could be good against Gaunty. And then what do we bring back here? So at this point... Oh, opponent. I guess they've had enough. Okay. Well, there you go, everyone. Another victory to us. All right. We're not giving up. We will try to see if we can rank up with this deck. But so far, it still feels pretty good. I mean, it should, because it's all the most expensive stuff I can afford in this deck. All right. Get all of our gold. We're saving up everything we can for Marvel, everyone. Much to my dismay, we got to make it work. Because I know there are some of you out there that do watch me that actually do want to see Marvel cards. So for that, we'll make sure to work with what we have. There are some cool cards that I actually do want to build around. I'll be honest. But at least this Marvel set coming up feels a lot better than Spider-Man. I'm sorry, Spider-Man just was a dud. It really was. That's not to say other Magic sets were any better. I like Ether Drift, but I admit that that set, aside from the lands, felt kind of poopy. And then Karlov Manor, also a dud. Thunder Junction, again, I have a soft spot for the Cowboy set, but honestly, the theming and everything just fell flat. It just really felt like that set should have done so much more. But that's just me rambling. Let me know, everyone, what your set that you thought that you actually like ended up actually being a dud. Let me know, and I would love to hear from you guys. What is your favorite bad set, if I'm going to say it that way? Okay. Meanwhile, okay, opponent is playing with Giada, so it looks like it's going to be Angels. So we're going to need to lean into our Wraths. See if we can find those. For now, though, play the Prismatic Vista, sack it, get that basic land out. We'll get out a White Source. So this allows Esper Sentinel to come in. Hopefully he can draw us at least a couple of cards. Just a couple is all I need. Okay, a null. All right, not ideal right now, but that's okay. We'll take it. Get some free damage in. Maybe. Okay, down to 24. So if we need to in a pinch, we can pitch, say, a null to Force of Will. Alright. Like so. Throw away a null here. Slow down our opponent just a little bit. That's all we gotta do. Slow them down. Finish for anime. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'll still be playing Arena during Marvel set and collecting my daily rewards. I mean, just not really engaged with what's going on beyond playing the game. Okay, okay. That's fair. That is fair. I totally get that. Because this set, and I'm sure some of y'all saw when I was trying to do, I was really struggling to push through some Spider-Man themed decks. There were some fun cards, but honestly, it was just, yeah, I was just so out of it for that set. Okay, Demolition Field. We will get rid of that Citadel now. So at least this now gives us the blue source we're going to need. Already, opponent? Oh, okay. Well, I guess our opponent just did not want to deal with us there. I'll take it. Yay, we ranked up. Just a little bit, but I'll take it. So I get that affinity for anime. I mean, there's been a couple sets where I just feel like, okay, I'm just going to do my dailies, get the bare minimum gold, and just log out. I've done that a couple times. There have been some sets where I felt very, like, meh on. But okay. It's all good. Oh, yeah, and random, if anybody's listening to me right now, I'll make an announcement before the day is over. Officially, on the 18th of June, that is 1 week from today, we will be doing our seasonal player battle. So that means you can, of course, challenge me for the remainder of the stream. That's right. We'll have a whole stream dedicated to all of you that like to watch me. And if you do want to play against me with whatever brews you have, bring it on. Whatever format, whatever best of 1, best of 3, we'll keep it open for the day. Thankfully, I'll say this now. I got a little permission from Mrs. Inferno. So Mrs. Inferno will be away for part of the day. So we'll see if we can try to do a little bit of a longer stream that day to make sure we can accommodate for everyone that wants to play with me for the day. So we'll have some fun with that, everyone. That'll be, again, June 18th, next Thursday. We will have plenty of time during the day if you want to play with whatever deck you want to against me. Bring your spicy brews. Bring your top tier decks if you want to try to, you know, practice and pilot them better. Let me know, everyone. Whatever you want to do. And I'll be more than happy to have quite a few decks for you guys to present. Keep in mind that I might be replaying some old decks that we played, but they might be a little powered up. But we'll see. I'll try to keep at least a good variety of stuff for everybody out there. So until then, playing against Goreclaw. Okay. Opponent's playing with a bear. So it looks like it's going to be mono green today. That's cute. That means that our wraths are going to be absolutely essential for this plan. Okay, we surveil. Okay, got the seam rip. I'll take that. That is a good card to get right now. Okay, seam rip. Sorry, opponent. Elvish Mystic goes bye-bye. Too bad. Affinity for anime. I went into Thunder Junction Edge of Eternity not expecting to enjoy either, but I ended up liking them, and their themes are more than what I would. But Lost Cavern of Ixalan. Oh. So you weren't a fan of Dinosaur Land? I mean, I can understand why. Honestly, I was really hoping that Edge of Eternities was going to be decent, but I actually ended up liking the plane and the world a lot more. I honestly just wish we could stay a little bit longer in Magic's version of space. I actually did really enjoy the set. That was actually a fun one. I'm just so sad that it just didn't last longer. Hopefully, again, we'll get a chance to go back to that. We'll see what happens. Portable Hole. Fluorohedron also goes bye-bye. Affinity for anime. I expected to really like Caverns of Ixalan because I like the original Ixalan so much, but Caverns just didn't vibe with me. Okay. Not a problem there. I get that. Okay, we got to keep slowing down our opponent here. Keeping them off balance. All right, we got our planes. That's good. So now we have Teferi ready to go. Basically, he comes in for free at this point. Oh, an opponent has had enough. Once Teferi came in, they were like, I don't want to fight that thing. I'll take it. A win's a win, everyone. Let's keep going. Woo! Chris Antogo, hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thanks again for joining us. You're in the middle of us trying to rank up with Brawl decks today, and basically a really pumped up version of an Azorius control deck. Chris Antogo is saying, sounds fun, but the free time won't line up with me to play, so I'll still tune in though. Well, I still appreciate you being there. Sorry that we couldn't have it align with your schedule. I know I would love to play against every one of you that likes to watch me, but I also understand it's going to be tricky because even with my time zone versus everyone else's, I live here on the West Coast in, sunny Southern California, but that means that everyone else past the east of me is going to be on a much later time frame. So that means in order for me to accommodate everyone, it would be tough for me only because I'd have to get up like super duper early in order to accommodate everyone. But we'll see what we can do later on. Oh, they got the Thoughtseize. Okay, fine opponents. What you throwing away? They throw away Narset. Okay. Sad, but it's fine. Okay. Got a Fateful Absence. We can still source the Plowshare and Erode in a pinch. Knight of Dust Shadow. Alright. We'll Fateful Absence that now. Get that early game stuff out of the way. Okay. Anquilla. Can't use it yet, but that's okay. I'll be working next Thursday. I cannot play with you, Infernoman. Oh, I'm sad. Sadness. But that's okay, guys. If you can't make it, don't worry. I try to do this at least a couple times throughout the year, where I try to do... Okay. Source Plowshare, that's got to go bye-bye. Okay. Greaves does nothing. But yeah, every season, I've been trying to do my best to keep up with it and try to put out there a time frame where we can actually play all together. So every, I try to do it near the end of spring, summer, fall, all that jazz. I try to do it to make sure that you guys have a chance to play. It's been a little while since we played, actually, so I'm trying to keep it going. Okay, so... Dang, opponent. With discarding. Okay, let's throw away the Erode for now. Keep the Time Warp. Okay, opponents. Okay, got Demolition Field. Let's do it this way. Time Warp. Take an extra turn. So we're doing this just to get rid of Davriel.
Rude.
Alright. Get pinged again. Okay, Teferi. Mid Teferi. We will tick down. Let's see, what do we tick down? Lightning Greaves. That goes bye-bye. Get another card off of that. Take out Davriel. Okay, he's gone. Phew. Down and away. Okay. Now they make a sacrifice thing. Alright, it's fine, opponent. Chris Toga, Infernoman just joined the dark side with Teferi. Shouldn't talk, though. I've been ranking up with Narset. That's nasty, by the way. But, hey, I'm not going to blame you. Honestly, I know this is usually not my style, but with ranked Brawl coming, we have to actually prepare ourselves mentally for the fact that we're going to be dealing with a lot of stupid decks out there. So he was like, you know what? If you can't beat them, join them. So, yes, I went to the dark side for today. Okay, let's see. Let's play the Pearl Medallion. Okay. And let's play Esper Sentinel. Alright. So if nothing else, at least we can hopefully get some value off of non-creature spells. Opponents, do you play the Greaves? Or another creature? What you got? Okay, Lightning Greaves. Do you pay? They do pay, okay. That's fine. Okay, so we will play now Teferi. I will tick down again. Keeping those Greaves off. Opponent, I don't want you to have those. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Actually, we'll cancel. We'll use the Witch Enchanter next turn. This can be our great equalizer here against those Greaves that I keep bouncing. Affinity for anime. How do you play with others on stream without your opponents just screen watching you or seeing your hand? You just have to play with the honor system? Pretty much. I mean, honestly, I like to think our group of fiery friends... I mean, I like to believe that all of you guys won't stream snipe. But if you do, I mean, hey, we're having fun. Honestly, if we're all playing together, I honestly really don't care because I just want to do this because I appreciate all of you that have been watching. And I know some of you like to pitch decks to me. And I kind of sometimes feel bad that I don't have all the time to want to do more streams and pitch more things to you guys. So this is kind of my way of saying, hey, if y'all have something that you've been wanting to show off, now's your chance to do so when we can.
I have a plan.
Okay, so that's kind of like my thought process on it. Okay, no attack still, and we'll pass here. All right, so opponents. At least we can Wrath at instant speed if we need to. Ooh, Jet Medallion. Okay, that's cute. Opponent, do you pay the 1? Okay, they do. Okay. Opponent swinging? Maybe? Okay, they do not. So from here, let us use this now. Draw a card, discard a card. Okay, so what do we discard? Okay, it's got to be the island, unfortunately. Okay, Crystal Barricade. So for this, tick up.
Don't worry. I got
Witch Enchanter. The Medallion goes bye-bye. Two bad opponents. Crystal Barricade. At least this gives us hexproof, so now we have a way of protecting ourselves. What was a victory? They could block one thing, but at least the other stuff goes through. Down to 21. Mobilize goes away. Okay. Chris and Togo. Yeah, that's why I've been playing. That's why I've been playing. I usually just play my fun stuff. Thinking of doing a Hey-Bye control deck, or maybe even a Teferi once I have all the pieces. Okay. I'm sure that'll be a fun one. Okay. We will tick up.
No. I
We
am
will
not making this up as
swing
I go.
and swing. So I have an idea here. All depends on what our opponent does here. What do they block with? Okay. That's cute. Ambush. On the freeboater. We get back now our stock up, which now we can play at instant speed. Down to 18. Lose our token, but that's okay. The Barricade actually is a good blocker now with the Scrawling Crawler, so I'll take that. We are going to lose life, but that's a small price to pay. Okay, opponents. We're definitely in control now. We're feeling pretty good about this. Ooh, Arch Enemy's Charm. Ooh. Do you pay the one opponents? Okay, so for here, stock up. This is more of like a desperation move. Okay, dang, we didn't hit what we wanted, but that's okay. What do we want, though? I think Torrential Gear Hulk and... They're not playing that many creatures right now, so I think the Wandering Emperor might be better here. Okay. We unfortunately lose our Voice of Victory, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Okay, we'll draw. We get a ping. Okay, that's fine. We will tick down. So that way we can get Scrawling Crawler off the field and draw another card. No damage there, so I'll take it. And then let's see. We want Temporal Manipulation. Go swinging here. Down to 15 opponents. Get another turn. Now we can start looping some fun stuff here. So, Torrential Gear Hulk. We'll get back. Let's see. What do you want? Let's see. Wait. How come we can't get the Temporal Manipulation? Hold on. Oh, it's an instant card. Okay, I'm dumb. Okay. That's fine. We can erode if we want to, but actually we won't need to. We'll decline. Wow, okay, I'm dumb there. It's okay. Maybe I should have put Nexus of Fate instead. Chris and Toga, how come you chose this over Teferi Hero of Dominaria? Good question. I know I addressed this at the beginning of the stream, but since you weren't here, I'll be happy to explain. So, although I don't like the fact that this Teferi got nerfed due to alchemy shenanigans, the biggest advantage this Teferi has is the moment he hits the field, you instantly lock out your opponent from counterspelling you. Because it says on the card here, I know this is not the original paper one, but it says your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. So once this hits the field, you should be able to then cast everything you need and protect it until you can actually tick up or tick down. So that's the reason why I chose that. Good question though on that. Okay, Force of Negation. Do we want to do this now? Well, probably we really want the Legend of Kuruk, so you know what? I'll let it go. But that's the reason why. Being able to tick up stuff, just cast things at instant speed, like instant speed Wrathing, that is really too good. Especially against a deck like ours. Or ticking down to bounce things and just reuse them, like some of our sagas or creatures to then get more ETB triggers. That's actually pretty powerful too. So that's my reasoning for why we chose this Teferi.
That's more like it.
Good question on that one. Okay, Kuruk. Ooh, Teferi's Protection. That's good too. We'll put the Sing into Stupor. And then from here, nothing I could really do. Oh, I'll still swing with the Witch Enchanter. Or actually, you know what? We'll do both. Our opponent has to be tempted. There we go. Okay. So with that, we lose the Gear Hulk. Small price to pay, but that's okay. I just wanted Tiny Bones out of the way. So with that... Okay. Defense grade. Opponent. Still paying? Let's see. Do we want the defense grid to... Let's see. Each spell costs 3 more to cast except during its controller's turn. Sink into stupor this. Bounce that away. Opponents. Okay, it goes back to their hand. So they have to pay basically a lot to get that down. Ooh, Cyclonic Rift. Okay. Now pretty much we're set. That's pretty much a game right there. Okay. Tick up. And then from here,
Might be a bad idea.
down to 7. And I'm pretty sure next turn that's it, everyone. With the overload from Cyclonic Rifts, or even the Force Negation, that should lock out our opponents. I mean, whatever we have, we have. We'll be fine now. Let's see, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's probably not enough. Okay, and then... Okay. Can't get through the crystal barricades, so I'll take it. Okay, we draw a card off of that. That's cute. Fountain Port, alright. Draw another card off of that. Okay, that's cute. We get pinged to 17, but we still have an edge here. Okay. Is that it, opponents? Anything else? Okay. So with that, I guess we'll bring down the Wandering Emperor now. Make a token. Okay. Draw a card off of that, go to 16. We flip Legend of Kuruk. Alright. Tick up. Esper Sentinel. We will... How do we do this here? Bounce away defense grade. Draw another card off of that. Oh, there we go. Have a time wipe, so that's good for now. Go to 15. And then from here, Cyclonic Rift. Everything away. Make a token. So that's everything off the field now. Down to 5. Aw, opponent did not want the rest of that swing because they have had enough, and we get another victory off of that. All right, all right. Nice. Woo! Teferi Time. It's always good for Teferi Time. Let's see. Tifa's great, but I feel uneasy playing mono green if I miss ramp. Yeah, ramp, like, if green can't ramp off, green feels like it does nothing. And you kind of saw from the match we had versus that Goreclaw, as long as we can keep keep the ramp package off, green feels like they don't do anything. Just FYI. Let's see. Finish for anime. My Tifa deck is an aggro deck. I'm pretty much all in on Tifa. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You mentioned it's a glass cannon strategy. You basically ramp all the lands you need to and try to do one shot with her before you get blown up. It's a risky strategy, but it is a huge one if it pays off. I'll give you that though. Now that I think about it, I don't think I actually have a Tifa in any of my Magic, my Final Fantasy cards. That's a shame. Maybe I should try to get one. But until then, let's see. Okay. Ooh, our opponent's playing something cute here. Valduk, Keeper of the Flame. Human Shaman. At the beginning of combat on your turn, for each aura and equipment attached to Valduk, they could create the 3/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Okay. I haven't played with this card in, like, years. Like, this card came out, like, what is it now? 8, 9 years ago? Jeez, it's been so long now. And then they exile those tokens. So, they can make a go-wide token strategy around auras and equipment on a mono-red commander. Huh. That's spicy. But will it pay off? I'm assuming there has to be equipment then. Let's see if our opponent actually plays. Okay. So as of right now, everyone, it looks like right now we're looking at maybe another 30 minutes into the stream before we are done for today. So we're in the last quarter of it. Still appreciate y'all being here today. And again, as a friendly reminder, if you do want to show some extra love, we do have a Patreon and a members-only playlist on YouTube. They have some exclusive gameplay there and some exclusive videos that don't go up onto the main channel. So check that stuff out if you want to. Only a couple bucks every month, and it does really help me support the channel and help us keep going and making more content. Or if nothing else, for free, simply just join us on Discord and you can be part of our group of fiery friends as we grow bigger and brighter. All of your support will help us again continue to keep making videos for you guys. So I really appreciate all of you guys, whatever you do to support me, any way, shape, or form. So thank you one more time to everybody for that. Meanwhile, our opponent, however, is non-existent. Opponents? Yoo-hoo! Oh, I feel kind of bad doing this. Okay. Ooh. Not my best way to want to play Magic. Opponent, you there? Hello? Hello? Opponents? Yep. All quiet over here. I'm guessing they're either AFK or maybe they have an internet connection issue or something going on. Well, they're trying to figure out life, I guess. I mean, as we all are. We're just going to have to wait it out for a bit here. Let's see what's going on hover in the chat. Affinity for anime. I actually have won a few games with Scythecath Club and Mossborn Hydra as backup commanders. My Tifa deck if I wasn't able to play the commander decks. Ooh. That's actually a really sweet little backup option for you guys. The Hydra and the Cub. Both of those are really, really nasty cards once they go off. Okay. Opponents. Where you at? Okay, well, I guess that's just a non-game for us, so hey, a win's a win. It does technically count as ranking up for us, so I'll take it, so it is what it is. Okay. Hey, we're actually ranking up today. That's hilarious. Ranking up actually with a format that is temporary for a little bit longer before it actually becomes proper. Meanwhile, I was struggling with Pioneer recently and Historic, and I've been trying to play in those formats to try to rank up, and man, it's been such a slog recently. Chris Antogo is saying that the Scythecat Club is a pain in the butt. Can get out of control real quick. That and Scoot Swarm. Oh yeah, both of those cards are absolutely nasty if they are allowed to go off. Okay, so opponent is playing with Campbell. So whenever one or more tokens your opponent controls enters, create a tapped token that's a copy of it. Whenever one or more tokens you control enters. Okay. So it looks like they're going to try to punish us for token shenanigans. But that's not a problem for our deck. We don't have to use tokens to win. We got many other ways of trying to pull off some stuff here. But for now, let's get down the plains and pass. Okay, so at least we have some early game stuff to stop our opponent. Shadowy Backstreet. Alright. Draw another card here. Alright, so let's see. What do we did here? Okay. Play the island. I guess we'll just have Brawl out. Doesn't really help us now, but at least we have that set up. Got 3 Voidwalker. Okay, well now at least the Seam Rip finally comes into play. That's good for us. Okay, Voidwalker gets exiled themselves, so I'll take that. And then we'll play the island. Swing here. Down to 24 opponents. Okay. Is Campbell coming down this turn? Maybe. Lightning Greaves instead, okay. The Raven Inspector investigates with a token. Put the Greaves on top of the Raven Inspector for reasons, okay. That's fine. Okay. We will bounce back the Greaves. Draw another card off of that. Okay, we'll take that big Teferi. No attacks yet. So, should be feeling pretty good here. We're getting everything set up really nicely. Okay, Greaves coming down again. Is our opponent going to attach it to the Inspector, or they got another creature? Oh, Source of Plowshare. Alright. That's fine. It's annoying, but not the worst. Equip for free. Go out our Teferi, but Teferi does survive the hit. So we will take that. Okay, so for now, tick up.
Here goes nothing.
We will... What do we do here? So one target artifact. One. Play Teferi who slows the sunset.
With me.
We will tap. Not that we need to. Can't tap the creature. Untap the land. Okay.
Give me a moment.
So if our opponent takes away this Teferi, at least we're ready to go for the next Teferi. So our opponent gonna has to start making some tough choices here on what they're gonna want to attack. Chris Antogo, I usually use standard to rank up for free stuff. Had a tough time last season because I refused to invest in the new deck for the current meta. Glad for Rank Brawl is now this time around. I will say, yes, all of you out there that are having troubles with ranking depending on what format you're in, I totally get that. But that's also the reason why I try to do a variety of stuff for y'all, in case if anybody is curious about like, hey, what can I build in this format? Rank Brawl, for me, I'm still not sure if I want to focus on ranking up in Brawl, but so far, it is working, so I can't complain about that. Just take it up there.
Let's try this.
Heuristic Study coming in. Take up with this Teferi. Tap that down for no reason. Untap the land there. Gain some more life.
And some
Okay.
think time only flows in one.
Affinity for Anime saying, I want to try streaming my Tifa deck sometime, but I need to learn how to play sound effects. I want to do Final Fantasy VII Victory Fanfare with Tifa, and I win. Okay. I mean, you probably could record it if you want. If you have the software for it, you could probably record it off of, like anything like YouTube. I mean, thankfully, it's a simple sound effect. And there's also plenty of soundboards out there for that. No more lies. That can't stick. Okay, opponents. They kind of put him in a tough spot here because he's going to keep attacking Teferi here, but it only does 1 point of damage. So as long as we can keep ticking up, we can just keep staying ahead of the game here.
Leave an old man on his toes.
Okay, so with that, take up there.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Dream Trawler. So now we got a good threat on board here. Let's see. Let's tick down now. Okay, Teferi's Protect. Okay, Legend of Kuruk. We'll take that. Pass. Okay. So far, so good. Let's see. Finish for anime. Chris Antogo. FF7 fans are eating good right now. Revelation's coming soon. Tifa is now in Street Fighter 6. I totally forgot she's coming to Street Fighter 6. That's wild, by the way. And then Resonance is coming soon, too. Meanwhile, I'm trying to do my hardest when I'm not streaming to actually try to finish the first part of the remake on my Switch, too. It is fun so far. I will say that. As a person who has never really played the numbered Final Fantasy games, and also a person also who doesn't have the luxury of time, I'm trying to squeeze it in when I can. Maybe I might do a bonus stream at some point where we actually might try to, if I can set up, if I can set it up, I would love to actually set up, my Switch 2 to actually stream if you guys want to see me play, like Final Fantasy. Okay, Campbell coming in. Opponents. Okay, that's fine. They put it on Campbell. No surprise there. Well, at least we could block him. So that is an option. Opponents. Do you swing? Obviously wouldn't want to swing, right? I guess it's just... Ooh, okay. Okay, so for that... I will gladly take that.
No more game.
Thank you. I'll get that life back up to 33. Okay, Witch Enchanter. Beautiful, by the way. That is the best thing we could have hit right here.
That's more like it.
Okay, I'm sorry, opponent. Witch Enchanter blows away the Lightning Greaves. Campbell's now free and unprotected, if you will. Wait, why did I say... Wait, did I say unprotected? Never mind. Omit that. Forget what I said. Any case, start swinging here. Draw into the card. Ooh, Archon of Emiria. That's good, too. Down to 19. We go up to 38. We will now tick up with the Teferi. No artifacts to tap, but we can untap Dream Trawler and Plains. All right. And we get the Archon of Emiria.
Who's counting?
Nice. So now with Archon out, our opponent can't cast more than one spell each turn. So this game is going to be slowed down a lot. But all their non-basic lands now enter tapped. So that provides us a good little bit of support. Affinity for Anime to Chris Antogo. I took a long hiatus from Arena before I got back into it last year. Oh, opponents. Okay, I guess they've had enough too, so I'll take that. Yeah, this deck's ranking us up. Nice. Feeling pretty good. We are ranking up today. Maybe we can keep the good times rolling just a little bit longer. Yeah, I took a long time hiatus where I got back into last year, so I have a big gap in Arena card pool. Playing older, non-singleton formats is tough for me, not having 4 copies. Ooh, yeah. I totally get that. In one hand, I can understand where many players will kind of just default to Brawl or Commander because you only need 1 copy of every card to actually put your deck together. So I can understand where that becomes easier versus, say, 60 card decks. So that would be cool. I still have to finish Rebirth. Got sidetracked with the Metaphor Refantasio. Wait, did I say that right? I think I did. Yes. So if I can find a way to plug in more things, because I swear, like, if you saw my setup from where I do my stuff on my desk, it is a mess of cords and cables. I got to really kind of re-clean that all up. But the point I'm trying to make with that is, if I can somehow clean up everything, maybe I can try to plug in the little extra pieces I need to actually stream on Switch too again. I streamed on the Switch a long time ago, but that was also when my setup was a lot more simpler too. Cold Steel Heart. Okay, that's cute. So we're playing against Ashiok here, so it's going to be a... guess our opponent's playing some kind of Exile Graveyard deck? Interesting. We'll see how that goes for them. Okay. Alright, Ashiok doing its thing. Ooh. Alright, they're milling. Oh, we lost some lands there. Okay. Crystal Barricade. So how do we do this here? Okay, so Crystal Barricade actually does help us out here. So now that gives us Hexproof. So they have to blow away the barricade if they want to actually tick us down. That actually might be helpful. Cool. Opponents? You need to get rid of basically the barricade if you want to start milling us with your shenanigans. Oscar Hocom. Sup, bro? Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon, and how you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at, and thanks again for joining us. Appreciate you being here. Affinity for Anime. Infernoman, I do recommend you check out the Pixel remakes and remasters of Final Fantasy 1 through 6. I think you can't go wrong with 3 to 6. 1 and 2 are kind of rough around the edges. That's from what I've heard. As a person who has no back knowledge of the OG games, I remember someone told me trying to play the OG games is kind of like trying to play on NES. Legend of Zelda's 1 and 2. I have played those games, but those games are rough too. So anything past that does feel better, from what I've been told. Alright, so let's see here. Let's play Lavinia. Is that way our opponent does not try to cheat themselves on stuff here. I have an emulator of the original games. So honestly, I do have them. But I actually only have the, I only was able to find the, I have on an emulator the Game Boy Advance ones. Are those good? Are they okay to play with? Okay, let's see. Hold on. Play Teferi. So we got to get rid of Low and Lee. We actually played with them before. They're actually pretty hilarious if they go off. But in our instance here, we will do some card draw and discard here. What do we get rid of? Get rid of the negate. Okay. Play the island. No attacks. Let's see. Okay, sort of their controller section. Okay, so that means we could phase out Low and Lee this turn. Sphinx's Tutelage. Okay, so for here, phase them out. So at least now this gets it out of the way for the remainder of the turn. And on top of that, they won't pop up until our opponent's next turn. So that gives us a little bit of leverage here. Hopefully that should be enough. Because right now I'm trying to just get rid of Ashiok here. Okay, opponents. Do they try to tick up with Nykthos? Because now they lost 2 pips from Low and Lee gone. March of Registrar. Opponents. You're no fun. That's fine, everyone. It's fine. Not a big deal. We get milled. We lose more lands. Ew. That's not good. Got the wash away, so I guess that's okay for now. How do we do this here? How do we do this? I think play Teferi here.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Let's get rid of this Ashiok.
This
Ashiok is gone.
difficult to digest.
We will take up Teferi.
Let's try this.
Okay, opponents. Okay, that's a 6/6 now. Ugh. That means Teferi will go bye-bye, unfortunately.
It's only a matter
Man.
of time.
So, put him back into the command zone. Does our opponent play Ashiok? Collector's Vault. They do not. Okay. They can do that. Make a treasure off of that. Affinity for anime. I've not played the GBA remakes of the Final Fantasy games, but to my understanding, they're just 1-1 remakes with slightly nicer graphics than the NES or SNES. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if that might be my way of playing. I'm just trying to weigh my options here to figure out what would be the best way to play them. Okay, so from here, Fragmentize. Sphinx's Tutelage goes bye-bye. Okay, opponents. Okay, that's gone. We will Voice of Victory. So now we can keep locking out our opponent, trying to slow them down. That is the name of the game. Oh, opponent, do you have an answer? Oh, they do. Shieldred's Edict. Okay. Okay, Voice of Victory. Pass. Okay. We still have a Wash Away waiting in the wings in case of our opponent tries to do any shenanigans. They need 5 mana to make this work. Lo and Lee are looking a little too strong for us, but we can blow them away at some point. So they're not impossible to get through. Okay. Opponents. Do it. Do it. Play it. I know you want to. There it is. Okay, Ashiok. Too bad. Wash that away. You are denied, opponents. Okay, so that forces him to pay now 7 mana for him, but that buys us time we're going to need. Okay, Windfolk Robber. Okay, Ganjo, okay. We'll do it this way. Fairy coming back in again.
Sorry I'm late.
Low and Lee go bye-bye. Okay, reset that. That's good. We swing here. Got to get back to this fight. I'm guessing the Wind Robber just stays. That's fine. Okay, Immobilize, doing its thing. And we also got Big Teferi now coming up, too. Okay. So at least that didn't get milled. Temple is a seat. Alright, Low and Lee coming back again. Girlies do not want to stay away. They go directly to our face. They ignore Teferi here, which is fine. We mill. They start getting pumped up again. Okay, so we need a Wrath or some spot removal to take them out. Okay, ooh, Force of Will. That's not bad either. Okay, so... I guess we'll play Big Teferi. That helps us out a little bit. Okay. Mill 4. Opponents. Okay, they do. Makes us mill. They really want to pump up that Low and Lee. Tick up Teferi. Small Teferi.
I've got
Draw a card with Big Teferi. Okay.
Let's skip to the good part.
Okay, got Force Negation. So now we have all the forces in the world. Okay, so for here, untap and untap. Okay. So we have options here. So I think what I'm going to do is if they pay the full price for Ashiok here. Do they? Nope. They're trying to go after Big Teferi. Okay. We will block here Low and Lee. Ugh, I don't want this guy to die, but we're going to have no choice here. We're going to have to take that hit. Okay. They mill another card off of us. Okay. They'll only get bigger. Does our opponent? Okay, they do. Doing the more card draw shenanigans. Running out of time on this one. We'll see if we can try to face off and stop them. Okay, do they play... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they can't play Big Ashiok yet. Okay. Whatever they play next. Okay, our turn. Great. Okay, let's stock up. Get back into this fight. Instant speed stock up is pretty nice. Okay. Do they draw a card too? Ooh. Okay. That's fine. We still have a force of will if everything goes horribly wrong here. Okay. Opponent's still milling. Okay, we did lose out on that erode. That erode would have been clutch right now. We're gone through half of our deck now. Okay. Okay. Oh, we got the Source of Plowshare. That is our best hit. So get that. And then, okay, well, I guess Dream Trawler might be our piece here. Legend of Kuruk also could help us out too. Not sure. Actually, I want the Legend of Kuruk. We're thinking long-term with this one. Swords of Plowshare will come down. That'll help us out a ton. So, Smothering Tithe. Take up Teferi. Draw more cards. Use the Force. We will eventually. We got to kind of just prep ourselves up here a little bit. Okay, so for that... Okay, so for here, untap our 2 blue sources and pass. All right, opponents. Waiting for that to come in. Do you pay the 2 opponents? So if they just start drawing cards now with Collector's Vault, we will stop them. And at least we have 2 counterspells waiting in the wings. Okay, opponent is going after Big Teferi here. That's fine. We will Swords the Plowshare now. Does this go off? Opponent has 3 cards in hand. Are any of them counterspells? What are we going to do? Does this happen? What's going to happen? Oh, we got it. Nice. Whew. Okay. We survived at least the low and lead. Okay, so now that big threat's off the field, we should hopefully be able to then just stop them here. Okay. We'll Force of Will that. And then we will toss out Force of Negation for that. That goes bye-bye. Okay. Field's clear for now. Let's make a fish token. Go down to 12. Okay, got Otawara. So with Teferi now here, we should be able to start drawing enough cards where we can start getting our game plan to go off. Okay, take up.
This might be a bad idea.
Legend of Kuruk. Scry 2. Get the Narset's reverse. Actually, do it that way. We will Pearl Medallion. Okay. So that means Get Lost is now 1 mana. That's cute. Oh man, we still got a ways to go though. 30 life versus our 12. Ugh. Odds are still stacked against us just a little bit. But if Big Teferi here can ultimate, then should be game over. All depends on what our opponent does here. Do they play for... Okay, Maddening Cacophony. Alright, that's fine. Narset's reversal, that's... We just milled them out instead. Take that, opponents. Okay, so that's a chunk that they lost right there. An opponent shame scoops that. They have had enough. All right, all right. Nice. I think that might be the best way we can end it, everyone. So did we have fun with that one? We sure did. So thank you. Round of applause for that one. Nice. Okay. So looking at the clock right now, I think that might be the best way we can end today's stream. I think that was a pretty satisfying way we got our victory. So we'll end there, everyone. Get our little value there. And that is going to be it, everyone. So before we go, as always, let's now cover the deck as a whole. So what do you think, everyone? Teferi time. How do you feel about the deck? Would you play the deck in any way, shape, or form? I mean, what is there to say? You put together, of course, some of the most broken cards in Magic the Gathering Arena. And I mean, what are you going to expect? Of course, you're going to have something that's absolutely a banger. So I know some of you like to watch my budget stuff, but today, since we are playing Ranked Brawl and we're still kind of trying to get a feel for what the format is going to be throwing at us, we wanted to at least approach it with a busted deck to at least kind of anticipate what I will need to be aware of if we start building stuff for Ranked Brawl. Honestly, budget decks are probably going to have a really rough time in this format because everyone is going to be playing without any They're not going to be putting on kid gloves for this one. This one's definitely going to be the no holds bar format. So fair warning for everyone out there. I did forget that in this format, it's not banned in the ranked version. It might be in the future. There was actually one card that we missed in the 2-drop slot. So that would be Mana Drain. Mana Drain is technically banned in traditional regular Brawl, but in ranked Brawl, it actually is a card you can use. So I forgot to mention that. But if you want to use it, that's up to you if you want to. You also can use other cards too, like Daze if you need to, if you want to try to do some more free shenanigans. So cards like that we've omitted just to make sure this fits for the format itself. But you can use those at least in ranked for the time being. Having said all that, I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's a good deck. It's very expensive. If you are curious to know what it's going to cost you, it's not going to be cheap, but I will link a link once we're done with this stream in just a few moments. So check that out if you want to play with it. If you want to try to challenge yourself to make a budget version of that, best of luck to you. It is not going to be an easy trim down, but you definitely can put something together on the cheap if you want to. I think maybe if I can, maybe I'll try to, I don't know, maybe like a bonus video that shows like a budget version of Teferi, like a really budget version that you can make. But until then, yeah, it's pretty much what you expect it to be. Lots of oppressive spells, lots of locking down your opponent and slowing them down, allowing your Teferis to just keep doing their value. This is one of those formats where Planeswalkers can shine just as much because you can just keep getting more and more value off of their tick ups and tick downs. So yeah, we didn't get a chance to do an Approach the Second Sun victory, but it is in the deck as now a solid backup option if you just need a way to close out the game and just get your win in. So that is in the deck. So if you want to try that out, go for it. Otherwise, yeah. I don't have anything else to say except if you do like Azorius Control, if you want to play something that's really nasty and just completely locks your opponent from playing the game, this is your deck. If you can afford it, go for it. If you can't, don't worry. Maybe we could try to put something together in the future. But otherwise, that's going to be it for there, everyone. Now, as for what we're going to be building and looking towards for the remainder of the week, my true fighter friends who have stuck around this far into the video, will give you a little idea as to what we're going to be building for the remainder. So, our next and second to last of the Basically series in dual-colored Brawl decks, we have a Basically Greta deck. It's an all-food deck, and it's actually a cute one, too. So this one, again, sacrificing food for value, building up all the food, utilizing Greta here. This deck, again, has no rares, no mythics, all commons and uncommons. So it is affordable for anybody, whether you're playing in paper or here in Arena. Beyond that, as far as what else we're going to be building and talking about, that's a good question. I've been trying to dig through here to figure out like what do I really want to build around and kind of just bring some new stuff to life. Oh, I forgot. We are going to do at least one more Strixhaven set. So this will not be for ranked Brawl, but it'll be utilizing Cody, the codex from the last Strixhaven. So I still need time to build the deck, but next week we're going to see if we can try to get this off the ground. So we'll see if this can work. I'm not sure. It's definitely not going to be my usual style, so I'm going to have to kind of think a little bit outside the box to make this deck work in some way, shape, or form. But if we can make it work, we'll try. After that, again, next week on the 18th will be our player stream. So check that out, everyone. That'll be, of course, your chance to play against me, and I will make an announcement about that in just a little bit. So we'll try to do that, and that should be hopefully a fun one for everyone, whether you want to participate or if you just at least want to watch the live stream go down. But otherwise, after that, it's going to be all in on Marvel for the summer, everyone. So, strap in. We're going to have a lot of legendary creatures to cover. So we will do what we can. I am still going to try to build, of course, any and all decks we can. 460 cards, standard, Pioneer as usual. A couple of historic decks, maybe a timeless deck if it can fit. But of course, there'll be definitely a lot of Brawl decks that'll be coming up in the future to highlight as many of the Marvel cards that you want to see put into decks work. Until then, that's going to be it for today, everyone. So my only final thing I just want to say one more time is thank you to everyone who did show up for the stream. And as always, I like to give a proper shout out to everyone that did participate in the stream. And even if you didn't, that's okay. We'll still appreciate you guys being here just the same. So again, as always, big shout outs to everyone who was here today, such as, again, Den Splendid, as always, appreciate you being here. Isaiah2767, thanks again for hopping in just as well. Affinity for Anime, I'll always appreciate you. Tris Antogo, thanks you again for popping in just as well. Thanks for also saying hi to the others, such as Oscar Hocom here. Sup, bro? Thanks again. Hopefully have a wonderful weekend. And of course, everyone else is watching across, whether you're watching this live or on the replay across Instagram, X, YouTube, or Twitch. Appreciate y'all being here just the same, everyone. Just trying to check to make sure I don't have anybody I was missing there. I just want to give shout outs, of course, to those of you, especially on Instagram there. Sorry that sometimes the chat doesn't pop up here, but I still appreciate you guys popping in just the same. Otherwise, that's going to be it for today, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Start letting me know, and I will probably ask questions across my socials, what you want to see for Marvel decks that will be debuting coming up. The only exception, of course, is I have one already in mind for Captain America, specifically for 4th of July. So stay tuned for that one. That will of course, be coming up. But otherwise, that's all I have for today, everyone. I'm baking where I'm at right now, so I got to take a shower and probably clean myself up a little bit. But otherwise, enjoy your Friday, everyone. Enjoy the weekend. Have fun out there. Be safe as always. And of course, I want to leave you with one final thought before we go for today. Just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you again next week, everybody. Later.